Shares in FedEx are a touch off their all-time high, but they're still up almost 20% this year. Air cargo numbers are down by the same amount, but the amount of stuff that's being moved by the delivery companies is simply huge. There's been a difficult restructuring at FedEx along the way in Europe. In January, FedEx announced it has as many as 6,000 jobs, part of the plans to integrate TNT, which it bought 5 years ago. Karen Reddington's with me, president of FedEx Express in Europe. Karen, it is good to see you. First of all, let's deal with how you're managing not just the vaccine distribution through some very difficult times and difficult places, but also the sheer amount of stuff that's being, the online retailing that's now going through your system.
Well, thank you for inviting me to speak here today, Richard. And maybe I can start with the vaccines, because obviously it's such a hot topic. I think the last time we spoke, we were embarking on moving vaccines around the globe, and of course we're well equipped to do this. We move time-definite critical shipments around the globe every day. We serve 220 countries and territories. And since we last spoke, we've moved about 100 million vaccines just within the US itself. And we're continuing to move vaccines across 25 different countries. Everything from the vaccines themselves to the active pharmaceutical ingredients and the supplies needed to deliver vaccines around the globe. And you're absolutely right. The market continues to boom. Clearly, we're seeing that people are spending on goods rather than services. E-commerce growth has been immense. And with a depletion of belly space without passengers flying the skies, it really has been looking towards freighters like FedEx, where we have over 680 aircraft. Really, we've been in the skies, keeping trade flowing, keeping supply chains open.
People have said that freight charges have gone up during this, and that there's been a complaint by exporters that the cost of sending goods now has risen, which has given rise to some suggesting, of course, the freight carriers are taking advantage of the situation. I'm not suggesting that, but I am asking, have freight charges gone up, and if they have, why?
Well, really, if you look at the dynamics of the situation, I mean, just look at the passenger cargo situation. It used to be that 70% of the air cargo that flew between Europe and the US, for example, used to fly in the bellies of passenger flights. And of course, with nobody traveling for tourism or business, all that capacity has disappeared. And so we're in a constrained capacity situation. We're also seeing the fact, of course, that, even people in our industry, we've got additional charges as well. So having to provide equipment for COVID protection, making sure that we're reorienting our network. We've had to deal with different regulations across borders. So it's really the shortfall of capacity and the additional cost of moving around the globe in this environment. Those two things have really come to bear. And again, as we said, huge demand for goods and goods like e-commerce have really driven continued growth.
And briefly, Karen, and finally, your economists, your experts, does the forward sales and the forward bookings for cargo space look strong for the rest of the year?
Well, it's a patchy situation. If you look around the globe, what we're seeing is that Asia's really recovering strongly. It's pretty much back to pre-COVID levels. Europe's coming back, but really won't hit the sort of levels it was till 2023. So the growth story's there. We're confident about growth, but it's going to be different around the globe.
Karen, we will check in with you several times between now and the end of the year, of course, to see how things are going. I'm grateful for your time today. Thank you.